News Plus. Plus, a profile of a very dedicated man who lost his life, the subject for Wilson at Large.
This story is about the new Melones Dam, and about the Stanislaus River, and about winners and losers. You're about to meet a man through some old photos that he took, and through some slightly faded home video his friend shot a while back, and through the thoughts and words of his wife, Sally. This man is dead. He was a special man, but he lost. His name was Jim Kenrick, and in the foothills near Columbia and Sonora, on the whitewater rivers of the Sierra, he is remembered. In those magical canyons, they remember special people, even the ones who lost.
Just wait 5 years. I'll bet you in 5 years, if you come back, the Melones thing would go down to defeat. When these people live with this for 5 years and they find out what the Army Corps of Engineers really gave them, I will bet you dollars to donuts that they wouldn't go for it again.
Jim Kenrick died one evening last month, a fall from the Parrots Ferry Bridge into the Stanislaus River he loved and lost.
You know, it would be a lot better if the people around here even had the feeling like, geez, you know, it sure is sad to see this go. But we need the water and the power, but, you know, it's not even... They've almost done it with glee. I've never seen anybody murder a beautiful canyon with more love in their hearts for the act of doing it. It has been the most disgusting period of my life.
Kenrick's death was a minor mystery for a while, a mystery overshadowed when you listen to his wife, Sally. This was not just another fanatic. This, she says, was a special man who lost.
We took a break from just being at home and drove down there. I drove and drove across the bridge, and then Jim wanted to get out and check and see how high the reservoir level was in relation to the bridge. And so I let him out, and he walked to the side that doesn't have any kind of a railing rather than the other side, and looked over, and he said that he couldn't really see. There was no moon that night, and so he was going to walk closer to the middle of the bridge and look and see if he could see the level on the pillars. And then I noticed lights coming in my rearview mirror, which meant a car would be coming across the bridge, and I didn't want to be parked in that lane. And so I pulled ahead and went up and turned around in the visitor's lookout. The car went by, and then I just went back, you know, just to be with him on the bridge, and he was gone.
This couple had a partnership, galvanized by the Stanislaus they remember and the muddy brown scar that has replaced it. But they fought it by the numbers, the way it's supposed to be, and they lost.
And it wasn't rafting and farmers, and it wasn't being able to go down the river. The fact of it has to do with they didn't need all that water. They don't need that filled. And by conservation, they would have protected the land of the farmers for the future instead of flooding, so that eventually they will be out of production. The water's subsidized. They're not even paying for the water. It's free. And when you have something free, you don't conserve on it. You don't care about it. If they were made to pay the price for it, that dam would not be full.
There is nothing much subtle about the new Melones project, a series of nails in the Stanislaus coffin. There was nothing much subtle about Jim's fight to stop it, and he looked on the dam and the reservoir as a grave and its marker. As he put it, the farmers, the unions, the politicians, the construction people guaranteed that he would lose.
They told us that we were going to get this great recreation project. There was supposed to be a campground, picnic area, boat launching ramp, everything right here. Right, I bet if you come back here in 5 years, you will see nothing there still. And there will be nothing up the entire length of this canyon. There will be not one recreation site, of which there used to be thousands.
I hate that. I can't stand that thing. Those colors, Whenever you see those colors on anything, you just go
Yeah,
mad
funny.
inside. Oh.
Yeah.
Every time Jim sees one of those, it's awful. He's behind the car, and he's tailing them.
It's easy to remember winners, but how do you remember someone who lost?
He'd often told me when we'd see someone that had died tragically or something and see a piece on them on TV, and that what they had accomplished and the love that they had given people and things like that. He said, you know, if I could be remembered for the quality of life, he just had a zest for living. Every moment of his life was jam-packed.
Perhaps you remember the irony, the black joke of Jim's death, the fall from a bridge he couldn't stop into the flood that killed the river he couldn't save. Or perhaps you remember him when you think about what will happen in a few thousand years when the dam crumbles and falls, and it will. Rivers don't lose, and neither do special people.
I didn't know Jim Kenrick when I went up to the mountain last week to talk to his wife about his death. I got a letter just earlier this week because she wasn't certain she had said everything she wanted to say during the interview. And she ended it this way: I just wanted you to get a feel for his qualities. He wasn't just a river lover that died tragically. He was everything good in all people. His essence is in every rainbow, every sunset, every wildflower and river. So tell them he'll always be alive.
You're watching Channel 40, Sacramento, Stockton.